Good morning, good morning. How's it going, everybody? Nice to have you on this Monday morning, January 6, 2025. That's right, brand new year. And we're starting off the brand new year pretty good. Pretty well. We started with going long the Nasdaq Futures. I think it was on Thursday. Checked the market on Friday, was doing well. Posted some screenshots of the position, where I entered, some demand zones on the 15-minute chart. And today it's up very well, doing very well. So it's a good way to start 2025 for sure. So I also wanted to go through just a listing of the data that's going to be coming out this week. We got some big data coming out this week, so it's nice to see what the data is and then look at the charts and see where we are with respect to the supply and demand zones that have been recently created by the institutions. So once we get that done, then we'll have a better understanding of what is likely going to take place this week. So that's what we're going to do today. So thank you for joining me. Nice to have you guys. Happy New Year, sir. Happy New Year to you. All right, so let's start by taking a look at the data here. First, we have to shrink me so we can take a look at the data here. All right, there we go. That's better. Here we have the data. Monday, scanning through it. Do we have anything really of interest? We had some news already come out, and rest of the day, nothing important. Tuesday, some inflation data for the euro. We have ISM, PMI. I don't really care too much about that. FOMC minutes on Wednesday, so pay attention to that. Retail sales, okay, not really caring about that. Scroll through Thursday. Friday, take a look at Friday. We have the unemployment rate, we have non-farm payrolls, okay? So we have big data coming out on Friday at 8:30 in the morning. Previous was 227, and consensus is it's going to be 160, so a lower number. Okay, so Friday we have some big data coming out. Now, with that said, let's take a look at where things are at right now. Let's take a look at the dollar. All right, what do we have? We have the dollar dropping. Why is the dollar dropping? It looks like it just fell short of hitting some supply. But if you remember, let's take a look here. I'll show you something. Where is it? We're going to have some data coming out later today because we didn't have the data come out last week because of the holiday. So the latest data we have is for December 24th, okay? So let's take a quick look at the dollar, okay? So we've been accumulating, we've been seeing that they've been accumulating a short position for a few weeks now, not really focused on longs at that time, but we do know that USDCAD has been aggressive with longs, okay? So that was going to put pressure to the downside on USDCAD once they start selling off. Let's take a quick look at the USDCAD and see. There we go. There's that sell-off. Now remember last week, maybe the week before, I told you that we were contacting some supply here. Let me just bring up my pen. As you can see, that is what has come into play. So you have institutional supply coming into play as the banks need to take profits on long positions. That is a recipe for a move to the downside. Okay, so we've been expecting that. Where's retail at right now? Last time we checked, they were at 89%, 14K. Let's see where they're at now. Sentiment and USDCAD, 81%, 13K. Okay, so they've dropped 81%, 13K. But still holding a lot of shorts. they're going to be really happy with this drop here. Okay, really happy. So supply on the weekly time frame is in play. Banks need to take profits on their long positions, which we can see here. They reached as high as 210,000. Maximum size is 219. So usually when we get close to there, sometimes they surpass the maximum size. It's not often, but usually when they get closer to that maximum size, we'll tend to see a sell-off. That's profit taking on long positions causing the move to the downside. Okay. So, all right. So with that said, let's take a look at Euro. Lately, they've been accumulating a short position, and we've been notifying you guys about that. I've entered into a short position. I've added to my position a couple times. It's a small position, knowing that there could be a strong rally, which we're starting to see a little bit of, and it can continue a little bit higher. So I'm going to be patient and add to my short because I think overall we're looking for a bigger move to the downside. All the evidence is supporting that. Okay, so we see them accumulating a short here. We're at 227. All-time max is 271. So we're we're far away from that, or well away from that still, with lots of room for them to add. Okay, so short-term move to the downside. The dollar reacting to the downside from that. Euro popping up. Okay. I got a few spots that I'm watching for a reversal to take place from, but I would like to actually see this go higher so I can add to my shorts. Let's take a look briefly at the US Swiss. Yeah, US Swiss. It just fell within pips of hitting my target. I had two targets on this one. One here, second one here. Look at that. Look how close it got to hitting my target. And oops. And it just missed. That's too bad. That's too bad. Well, we'll see a drop, and over time, I believe we're going to see a continued move to the downside. Let's look at US dollar, Japanese yen. Move to the downside, but not breaking out of this. Now, do you remember this chart? I posted this, and after I posted for members, a few days after, I shared it with you guys. Price was here, and I told members the banks will accumulate along here, and they'll distribute it here. This is where I drew my circle, okay? When the chart looked like this. Okay? The chart looked like this, and I was drawing the circle in, okay? All right? So as you can see, it's gone up, and it went a little bit past the circle, came down, but as you can see, this is the area where they're taking profits on those long positions, okay? So now we're seeing a move to the downside, but like I was saying, it's still holding this range here, as you can see. So there's no alarm bells that are going off here on this chart that a bigger move to the downside is going to happen. Not just yet. Do I think it could happen? Yes, definitely I think it can happen. Why is that? Well, take a look at the weekly chart. We got supply in play here, okay? Now, yes, it was once tested before, but still supply is here. If it holds this range, then very good chance we'll see a breakout of this supply area and a move to the upside, okay? I'm watching for that. And with that, we'll see a bigger drop take place on the euro. So let's go back to the euro again. Yeah, I would like to see it come up to this area up here, the 104s, 105s, and then turn over. It could go higher, but I'd like to see it at least get up there because I have an order to add to my short position up there. All right, let's take a quick look at gold and see what's happening. They're not interested in gold right now. Not doing anything. Last we checked with gold positioning, they were offloading long positions, and they have not done anything with shorts. So no reason to see any big moves. They're focusing on the US dollar pairs, the US dollar, US CAD, US Swiss, the euro. Let's take a look at the pound, actually. I'm sure the pound is rallying up as well. There we go. Yeah. And it hit a tested demand here. Okay, so that's what the banks are focusing their attention on right now, is the euro, the pound, US CAD, US Swiss, a little bit of the US dollar, Japanese yen. Aussie, yeah, same thing with demand being contacted here, okay, down here. And Kiwi, yeah, and Kiwi. That's the focus. They're not focusing on gold. And let's take a look at silver. They're popping it up a little bit. Yeah, and it hit demand here on the weekly time frame. Look at that, okay? Hit demand, pushing to the upside. So those are the markets that they're really focusing on. So back to gold. The latest thing that they've been doing is taking profits on their long positions. As you can see, they had 371,000 all throughout November. They were taking profits on longs, and also through December. If we look at silver, we can see not much has been going on with their positioning. They were somewhat aggressive with their long positions here in late October, but since then they've cooled off their positions, and shorts have been very cooled off as well. When it comes to silver, yeah, it dropped really nicely from this area of supply here. Dropped really nicely, fell short of hitting this area, but hit the weekly. So weekly time frame is in play here on silver. Another thing is I'd be watching this area here. I'd be watching this area, the underside of this trend line, for a potential reversal. Okay. But I'm not trading silver as of yet. I think long term we're going to go higher, but we're not building that momentum right now, from what I can see. Okay, and that is it. I think I will leave you with that. I think that's enough for now, and I will continue doing the video for members only. I'll look at the S&P 500, Nasdaq. We'll look at the trade on the Nasdaq, talk about the targets, my stop losses, and how much further I think this can go. We'll also look at the Dow and a few more things. I'll say that for members only. All right, you take care. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. And we will see you again tomorrow morning. Take care.